If you're a PNC insurance agent, have you ever heard this objection before? Yeah, go ahead and email me the quote. I'll review it, and then I'll get back to you later. Well, if you have, watch this video, because I'm going to show you exactly how to take that objection and turn it into more sales. So over here on the wall, yes, I'm writing on the wall. Don't get mad at me. I have a mock quote, right? And a lot of times, what we end up doing is just emailing the prospect the quote, and then we let them off the hook, and we end up chasing them for days, weeks, months, trying to get them back on the phone. And by the time we get them back on the phone, they've already moved forward with somebody else. So how do we take that one call and turn it into a deal? I'm going to show you how here. So as soon as they say, hey, go ahead and email me the quote, I'm going to get back to you, you say, absolutely, Mr. Prospect. I just sent the quote over to you now. Could you pull up your phone and check to see if that email came through? And they'll say, oh yeah, sure, I can check on my phone. They pull it up on their phone. You say, perfect. Go ahead and click on the quote and make sure that it pulls up on your end. That way I know it's working, because sometimes we have issues. All right, let me see. Okay, cool, I'm looking at it here. Awesome, what do you see on the first page? In most cases, it's their name, it could be your company, whatever the case is. You just wanna make sure that they're actually looking at the quote. This is how you verify, because they might be playing games with you and say, yeah, I see it, and they're not even looking. They're like in the drive-thru or something like that. So once you make sure that they're actually looking at the quote, you're gonna review it with them right there. They said they wanted to review the quote, so let's review it. So once they have the quote pulled up, they're gonna see a lot of coverages. They're gonna see a lot of numbers. We're not gonna touch on every single number. We're just gonna touch on the big stuff, okay? The stuff that they care about, which you can see here. So the first thing you want to point out is the dwelling amount. And the way you do this is you essentially want to hold their hand throughout the entire time. So you say, okay, you see the first page, that's great. Go ahead and scroll down to page 2. That's where you're going to see a summary of all the coverages that we just went over. Okay, you see that? Perfect, perfect. So if you see coverage A there, that's the dwelling amount. Next to coverage A, what number do you see? You want to make it engaging. Do some back and forth with the prospect. So you say, hey, see this line that I'm pointing out? What's the number you see? That way you know that they're paying attention. So what number do you see next to coverage A, the dwelling amount? I see $475,000. Perfect. That's how much we're going to cover the home. So if it burns down, we'll rebuild it for up to $475,000. Use whatever language is on your quote. So whether it's roof loss settlement or roof coverage, whatever's on the quote, that's what you want to use. So go down there until you see the roof coverage. Okay, next to the roof coverage, what do you see there? Should be a couple words. I see replacement cost. Okay, awesome. That's how we're going to cover the roof. Do you remember how that works? Yeah, I do. If something happens to the roof, I just pay the deductible and you guys cover the rest. Exactly. And remember, a lot of people are covered under actual cash value. That's not how we're going to cover you. We're covering it at replacement cost, which is great. And then you want to add some endorsements on the policy. And everything that we're going over here, how to explain the coverages, how to build the policy, how to present the coverages in a way that keeps the prospect engaged and gets wow statements, and that way you can justify the price on the back end. We teach all of this inside of the Insurance Sales Lab training platform. Go to insurancesaleslab.com and you can get access to that. So you're gonna have a couple endorsements down here. We want to touch on these. Doesn't matter what they are. Let's say it's equipment breakdown, right? And whether it's equipment breakdown, service line, water backup, sump and overflow, whatever the case is, you wanna touch on it. So you say right below the roof coverage, what do you see there? Oh, I see equipment breakdown. Perfect. So remember how I told you that if something goes wrong with your appliances, if they break down for this and this reason, that you're not going to have to pay for that out of your own pocket? Yeah, I remember that. Perfect. So that's what that coverage is. That way you know where to look for it. Then right below that, you're going to see another coverage. What do you see there? Let's say it's a service line. Perfect. You remember how that works? Kind of. Is that where the pipes burst? Exactly. If a pipe bursts on your side of the property, the city's not going to pay for that. So we'll help cover that. And then we get down to the end of the quote. This is really all you want to touch on, the big stuff, the dwelling, roof, the endorsements. There's not much other big stuff to cover. So once you get through all that, we get down to the price. And if it's on a different page, again, hold their hand, walk them down to that other page. But if it's at the bottom of the quote, you just say, okay, below that, you're gonna see the price. What's the number you see there? Well, I see $5,387. Exactly. That's the price for the entire year for the homeowner's policy that we just went over. If they pay through escrow, which in a lot of cases people pay for their homeowners through escrow, remind them that nothing is going to come out of their bank account. We handle everything with the mortgage company. We'll get that switched over on our end. All we need is this information. So you cover that, and that's exactly how you explain it. So that's the price for the homeowner's policy for the entire year. And I know that you pay for the homeowners through escrow. We can handle everything with the mortgage company. We'll get that switched over nice and easy. You don't have to worry about anything. Nothing's going to be drafted out of your bank account. All I need to get this policy started is whatever mortgage company you have the loan through, and then your loan number. And this next part is very, very important. You don't want to ask for those at the same time. You want to isolate them. All I need is the mortgage company and the loan number. Who do you have the mortgage with? Okay, you have mortgage with this bank? Perfect. Got that down. Do you have the loan number? Okay, you got the loan number. Perfect. And if they don't have the loan number, they can find it on their current deck page. There's different platforms you can use where you can send them a link, they send one back, and you get their deck pages, mortgage statement. They can log into their mortgage account and find that. You really want to make this easy for them. You're the expert, you know where everything is. So now they said the objection, email me the quote, I want to review it. You emailed them the quote, you had them pull it up, you reviewed all of the big coverages, the dwelling, the roof, the endorsements, the price. You made it very, very easy saying that you'll handle everything with the mortgage company. We got the company, we got the loan number, lock the deal down. Then get any document signed, do your sale wrap-up notes, set the onboarding appointment, and you are good to go. You just turned an objection to a sale. So the next time that you're on the phone, you go through the presentation and a prospect says, email me the quote. Do not let them off the phone until you do this process right here that we just went over. And if you want a more in-depth process, if you want it from start to finish, from the moment the prospect says, hello, this is John, you can take it from there all the way down to collecting this payment info. Just go to insurancesaleslab.com and become a member today.